This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, Write the vision, and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. And we are indeed in some beautiful times, brothers, you few sincere sisters, and we are seeing the prophecies unfold right before our very eyes, and we know that we're just that much closer to return of our Lord and Savior, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, man. You know? So first and foremost, before I get started, I want to thank Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi for putting the spirit on me to push the button. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi Bahasham Rakakadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS who teach and rule well, who taught me this truth. Salutation, you brothers and sisters that are out there listening and learning, fighting this good fight of faith. Salutation, my fellow brethren that are pushing his word in all truth and sincerity. To you all, I want to say shalom. And open prayer that this quick lesson be edifying to the elect. So I came across this article from End Time Headlines, and it reads, In pursuit of a cashless society and a digital future, Sheinbaum plans to eliminate cash at the pump and the toll booths, right? So, hey, you already see where this is going, man. For you sincere brothers and sisters out there that know what time we're in, we're looking for this major prophecy to come to pass, the MOTB, as we see wars and rumors of wars, sedition among men is starting to happen, the unrest of the people, earthquakes in diverse places, all of these pestilences are being in the talks, famines are in the talks, right? The Lord said all of these are the beginning of sorrows, man. And we see all these things coming to pass. This major prophecy, the hour of temptation, has to come to pass before World War III completely pops off, man, because that has to be happening, and then all the troops are going to be gathered, in a Yahawah, right? In the so-called Middle East, fighting each other, and that's when Yahawashi and the angels are going to come, and all the troops are going to stop fighting each other, and they're going to try to fight Yahawashi and the angels, as it speaks about in Second Ezra's was that the 13th chapter, man. They gathered together to subdue him that came in from the sea, roughly paraphrasing. So that's the time that we're in, man. And this prophecy has to come to pass first before that happens, and we're here. So let's read this, and I'll get another couple scriptures, and that'll be the lesson. And I hope and pray that this is edifying, as always, to the elect. So it says, Mexico is moving closer to a cashless future, and that shift is already showing up in everyday places like gas stations and highway toll booths. A new push from President Claudia, her administration, aims to expand digital payment options across the country, making it easier for people to pay without relying on cash. And they always use that, convenience thing when it comes to their wickedness, man. It's easier to have cash. We heard the whole thing with CV. They floated around the idea that cash had CV, could have CV on it to start getting people, so, as the scripture says, let's get that real quick. 2 Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So we know what these damn devils are up to, man. We're watching them, and we're seeing what they're doing, and we're bringing it out to our people, man, to the hopeful elect out there, man. So that what time you're in. As what we read in Habakkuk 2. Make it plain upon tables, that he that readeth may runneth, roughly paraphrasing, man. It says the idea is simple on the surface. Paying with a card, phone, or electronic tag can speed things up, reduce long lines, and cut down on the risk of handling cash But in a country where cash is still widely used, the transition is more complicated than it might seem, right? And this is the plan of for the whole world to go digital so that these wicked so-called elites can control, track, trace, and they can have a technocracy, man. Let's get that real quick, just for any new listeners. What is a technocracy? It says technocracy is a system of governance, right? To control, govern, where decision making is entrusted to technical experts, right? So, as we've seen when DJ Nero Trump was elected, who was there with them? They had what's his name? Elon Musk, I believe. They had a what's his name? From Amazon. Oh my God. I can't remember his name right now. Jeff Bezos was there. If I'm not mistaken, Mark Zuckerberg was there. So you got why are all these tech people there? Because that's the plan. And that's where that's the end goal for these devils, man. To get everything digital, crash the dollar, and have everything go digital so that they can track, trace, monitor. They could put social credit scores. They could, if you get out of line, they can cut off your funds, and they can give you funds, and with nothing but a keystroke, so they could do all these things so that they can be as the Most High. That's the goal, man. That's the goal for these devils. But Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi got something special for them. The Lord is gonna throw a monkey wrench, and is already throwing a monkey wrench in their plans, man. It says making where decision making is entrusted to technical experts such as scientists, engineers, and economists, rather than elected politicians. Founded in the 1930s by figures like Howard Scott and Marion King Hubert, it focuses on efficiency, scientific rationality, and objective resource management to resolve social issues, right? So that's in a nutshell what these devils want, man, because we can't forget the Georgia Guidestones, what they, conveniently blew up a few years ago, maintain humanity under 500 million, right? So they're bringing all this pestilence and wars and all these different things to delete the people, delete a lot of people, so that ultimately they can have a smaller number of people to be able to manage, to control. That's the goal of these sick bastards, man. And a huge part of that is having everybody with an insertable rice device, that RFID C-hip, man. That's what these devils want. It says at toll booths, for example, digital systems like electronic tags are already in place on many highways. Drivers who use them can pass through more quickly, avoiding the stop and pay routine, right? And it's funny because when you think about how society is set up with this instant gratification, it's my money and I want it now, attitude that most people have in this world, money, even though it doesn't take a long time, but it takes a few more seconds to deal with it, and that's what they play on, right? Because if you whatever, you buy something that costs 980 or whatever, you give them $10. Now you gotta, the cashier gotta open the thing, give you 20 cents, which doesn't take long. But then, if you pay with your card, right, you can, be almost instantaneous, right? And I have, different cards and everything. I'm sure as brothers and sisters have as well. If you notice the ones that the older card, if you have the chip on your card and you have to insert the chip, it takes a few more seconds longer to register it as opposed to the tap and pay. That shit is immediate. You just boop, done. Transaction done. Out the, you know what I mean? And that's what and people pay with their phones, and that's what they plan on. The convenience. They work on the convenience of it. Just like anything. You go to the movies, you gotta pay that goddamn convenience tax for that fucking popcorn, man. Popcorn costs what, $1.50 or whatever. Big bag of popcorn, $2 or whatever. You go in there, that shit's like $6, $6.50 or some crazy shit. But you're paying for the convenience tax. That's the same thing as a convenience store. You need a couple ingredients. You working on a meal or whatever, and you're like, damn, I forgot I needed milk. Fuck, I don't feel like going to the grocery store, but the convenience store is right across the street. And he's gonna charge you up. You know what I mean? And that's it. But that's how these devils operate, man. They work on the convenience, and they're working on people being too goddamn comfortable, man. As the Lord said, he's gonna visit them that dwelleth without care. The people that were walking around, especially here in Babylon, man. Even there in Mexico. People just walking around, ain't doing shit, living their best life or trying to live their best life. The Lord is about to visit all, these people, man. And great destruction is coming, man. So let me see. It says the government now wants to expand access and encourage more people to adopt these systems. Right? And as the scriptures say, never trust thine enemy. But you have to know who your enemy is first, man. Who shall pity a charmer that is bitten by a serpent? Right? You got to know who the serpent is. You got to understand what their purpose is, what their goal is. 2030. Right, brothers? We speak about it from time to time. But they want to have it completed by 2030. They don't want to start at 2030. That means they have to start now. Here we are. We're in April. So we're almost halfway through 2026. That means they got to start moving. If they think that they're going to achieve it by that time. It says the government now wants to expand access and encourage more people to adopt these systems. The same goes for gas stations, while paying digitally could make transactions faster and more secure. And that's what they're going to play on, man. They're going to play on the peace and safety. What does the scripture say? When they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction shall come upon them. These are clear benefits. Digital payments can reduce theft and improve transparency, right? And they've been talks about, cyber attacks and things of that nature, and hacking and all these different things. So they're going to use things like that, however they play it out, FF event, to encourage the simple people to go digital, man, as it's a good thing. But the problem is that is sinister. There's a sinister, what's the word I'm looking for? Undertone to it. They're saying all this, but they're being deceitful, because their goal is to have everybody on the grid. So then they completely control everything. And if you have a digital device inside of you, they can control you. And that's what it's all about. So let's let me see. Let me read a little bit more. I gotta get ready to head out for camp. Let's see. There are clear benefits. Digital payments can help reduce theft and improve transparency. They also make it easier to track spending and manage finances, right? Track spending. Okay. So what happens if they have a social credit score and they're going around with this, you know, climate change bullshit that they talk about, and they say now they can see everything that you're doing, you know, Jose over here likes to have a cheeseburger at lunch at least 3 times a week, right? So they say, oh, well, you know, your carbon credits, you know, you're having too many cheeseburgers, so we're going to reduce that to 1 cheeseburger a week, or maybe even 1 cheeseburger a month. And if you do good and you follow this and you get your jump shot on time and you do this and you do that, then we'll up it to 3 cheeseburgers a month. You see how these devils can play that shit, man? You want to drive to see, you know, your cousin. He lives a town over, you know, but you haven't been, you know, compliant with certain regulations and different things of that nature that these devils have set. You know, they're telling you that you know, during the summertime, you can only have the AC on for an hour a day. It's fucking hot as shit outside. But for climate change, global warming, we got to make sure, you know, and that's exactly how these devils operate, man. You know, this is what these devils are up to, man. And they're trying to use, they're using, the, as the scriptures say, let's get that real quick. What's that? Psalms 55. Yep. Psalms 55:21. The words of his mouth, whose mouth? The wicked, were smoother than butter. Right? This is to benefit society. This is better for humanity. This is the forwarding of our existence. All this bullshit that these damn crackers be speaking, man. Right? The words are smoother than butter. And it only works on the people that are blinded, man. The Lord said, ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Right? So now that we know, the Lord have put that eye salve on the elect, you know, and Lord's will we're of that number, we can see what these devils are up to, man. Clear as day, clear as HD, man. Even these regular Edomites, we can see right through them. All these fucking deceptive ass tactics that they always fucking pulling on Jake, you know, we're seeing through all that bullshit, man. The Lord said that then shall that wicked be revealed, the son of perdition, man. They're being revealed, man. Inquisition is being made against them. Intense questioning. People are looking at them like, yo, you niggas been saying that you are the right, you're the good, you're the white people, you're good, you're this, you're that, you're great, all this shit. But something ain't adding up, man. It ain't looking right, man. You ain't looking right, man. Everybody's like, yo, man, you niggas are liars, man. It's all coming out. And that's why they're going to come down with great wrath, because they know that they have but a short time. Psalms 55:21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. Heart meaning mind. Lob. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords, man. So they're saying all this smooth shit. This is better for you. There's clear benefits and this, that, and the third, all this bullshit. But in actuality, they want to enslave the people through digital means. And ultimately, that RFID see it. So let's end off on that. This is all in the scriptures, and it's all what the Lord said. And this is why we have to give warning, because there's a grave judgment for any Jakes out there that take this, man. That because ultimately you're worshiping the beast in his system, in his image, man. You know, if you take that, the Lord got a special judgment, and all you got to do is read the next chapter over, Revelation 14:9 and 10. You're going to partake in the destruction that is set, that's written in the scriptures, man. to be, hey, read what's that, Revelation, I'm not Revelation, Zechariah 14 and 12. When those missiles hit, and it shall consume the people while they stand upon their feet, consume their flesh, consume their eyeballs and their sockets, and their tongues in their mouths. What can do something like that while they stand on their feet? Them ICBM missiles, man. So seek the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. That's why brothers do these lessons day in and day out, man. Because it is a grave warning. The Lord said to warn his people, man. And that's what we do through the spirit and power of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, man. Revelation 13 and 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. All. We were talking about Mexico, but it's going to be the whole world. To receive a mark, which is that mark is charagma, right? An implantable C-hip rice device in their right hand or in their foreheads. And all the technology is already here. You got Elon with the Neuralink. You got China over there trying to surpass them with their own company and everything. You had over there in, what was it, Sweden a few years ago. A bunch of people over there already have it. So this is not a fairy tale, man. This is real deal Holyfield over here, man. There's a lot going on. And it's only going to increase. And this is why the warning has to go out, because that hour of temptation is coming, man. And the only way that any of us are going to get through it is by having Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi on our side, man. Point blank, period. No ifs and buts about it, man. And that no man might buy or sell, save, meaning except he that had the charagma, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So you will not be able to participate in society unless you have this, man. You can, in Mexico, they're ready to make it that if you have cash, you can't even buy gas, man. And that's going to come to a city near you, here in Babylon as well, everywhere. They're going to phase out cash, and you're going to have to participate in the digital system in order to thrive, or to survive, excuse me. And, you know, brothers and sisters will be able to partake in it for a little bit while we can still use cards and everything. But eventually, they're going to come out and say, this device has to be inside of you, and it's going to be for your identification, payments, health records, all this bullshit that they're going to sell it to the people. They're going to do away with your credit, maybe. You know, they'll start, you can start anew. All your debt that you had, it's all, you know, whatever they want to do, man. And people are going to fall for it. But this is why the warning has to go out, because you sincere brothers and sisters out there, we can't bow the knee to Baal, man. We are on team Yahawashi, man. Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, man. Always, man. You know? Until hey, that's the hour of temptation. Scriptures speak about them that loveth not their life unto death, man. No matter what. Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is our power. Not no goddamn goofy ass cracker, you know, some weirdo small hat fondling children in some basement somewhere, man. We're not in league with these fucking devils. We're over these devils, man. We're over them. We're over them in the sense of above them, and over them as through with them, nigga. I'm fucking through with these niggas, man. I'm fucking tired of these niggas, man. I don't want to fucking look at these niggas, man. That's where I'm at with it, and that's how a lot of brothers are, man. We fucking tired of these fucking devils, and we're waiting, patiently waiting for these devils to get their fucking judgment, man. And Lord's will, you know, I get to see the downfall of our enemies. We're seeing it now, but completely. And Lord's will, I'm one of the battle axes that are used to go and exact judgment on these fucking devils, man. Fuck all these goddamn crackers, man. All these heathen and these 2/3 that love these goddamn heathen so much, man, and these crackers, man. These damn Edomites, man. Deletion to all of them, man. Anyway, Salakia. You know, it just, as the scriptures speak about, you know, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. You know, here it is, we're just under these wicked ass rulers, and they're just continuing to further the affliction, man. Showing no mercy. And then at the same time that they're shitting on you, they want you to smile in their fucking face and say, thank you, Mr. White Man. Oh, the white man. Man, this nightmare is almost over. It's almost over, brothers and sisters. So that's pretty much it. You know, I want to do a quick lesson. You know, the spirit goes where it goes. But I really hope and pray that this lesson was edifying, comforting, informative, you know, to you sincere brothers and sisters out there. In closing, I want to thank Bahasham, Yahawashi once again for putting the spirit on me to push the button. And I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of GMS who teach and rule well, who taught me this truth. Salutations, you brothers and sisters that are out there listening and learning, fighting this good fight of faith. Keep fighting, keep striving, keep pushing. We're almost out of this bitch. And salutation, my fellow brethren that are pushing this word in all truth and sincerity. To you all, I want to say shalom, abab, abal, and kwam yasharallah. Hey, shalom. To the next one.